Kyrie Irving.
You're allowed to do that? Can I just go to my job and just be like, I'm out?
No call, no show. The only time I've been fired from a job, I was a teenager who no called, no showed. And then I was fired. Never been fired ever again. Ever again in my life have I been fired. But I was fired that time.
Right.
Well, why'd I get fired? I didn't call and I didn't show. No call, no show. Fired. This guy's making $30 million, $25 million, whatever millions of dollars, double-digit millions. I ain't going to work. Respect me as an artist. You ain't no artist. Jean-Michel Basquiat. Now that's an artist.
Correct. Oh, man, that was funny.
What's funny? Ain't nothing funny about how Kyrie is acting. Does he want children to mimic this behavior? Or does he think his art just transcends everything? My art. He said, respect us as artists. Artists? I'm confused, man. I mean, I consider myself an artist, right?
Correct.
I consider myself an artist, a creative. But I don't play sports. If I was ill on the basketball court, if I was ill on the basketball court, I would consider myself an athlete.
Yes.
I'm an athlete. I'm a premier athlete. I wouldn't just, you know what I'm saying, watch some YouTube videos and declare the world is flat and all of this and be like, I'm an artist.
Yeah, he's a flat earther, isn't he?
Yeah, flat earther. Yes. I didn't know they had a name, but flat earther, okay, if that's what they call him. That's what that's what he put out there in the world. He kind of made it like a big thing at the time.
That's so weird. How do you even talk to a person that thinks the earth is flat?
You can, and I don't think that that's responsible. I think that that's reckless to say that, especially when you're like an NBA player on the level of that. Right?
Does he think he's going against the grain? He can't actually believe that. No, actually, people. No, I take that back. Man. People actually believe this.
I don't know, man. He just no call, no show. Like,
don't really feel like going to work.
To some new team he comes to the team and he's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm glad to be home where I wanted to be. And then it's just like he balls out for the first game, like balls out like crazy though. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Kyrie was out there,
next level balling. Yeah. And then just be like, oh, I'm out. Where's Kyrie? I don't know.
He's on an artist retreat.
Meanwhile, KD off an Achilles injury is averaging like 30 points.
Oh yeah.
He's averaging like 30 points a game because he's the best player in the NBA. And I've always said that.
Yes, you are on record actually saying that.
I'm consistent. I wish he was out here in the Bay, but he's not, and I still wish him well. And
correct.
And if things don't go well in Brooklyn, I hope he still feels the warmth of the Bay to come on back to us and finish your career here. I don't think that'll happen, but I hope so.
Well, we would welcome him. I mean, you know,
I know I would, because I'm not a fanatic, right?
Right.
I'm a fanatic of the game, I guess. I love the game. I love sports, but I'm not a fanatic. Are you a sports fanatic? I can't stand fanatics. I was on the thread, some type of group text. I was on some type of group text with some guys that we do fantasy basketball with, right? And it's fun. I like fantasy basketball. It's fun.
I think I was on the same thread.
And my phone is just beeping and beeping. I hate that because it's a conversation that I don't want to be involved in the first place. And then they talking about, like, what are they talking about? They're talking about the James Harden to the Nets trade. James Harden, a basketball player, played for the Houston Rockets, now playing for the New Jersey Nets with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, who we're speaking of. And these guys were on the chat, and I just couldn't deal with it. They were talking about Kevin Durant is soft and all of this. And I'm like, where do you get this from? Where on earth does some guy, I don't know I don't know his background or anything. I don't know any of these people's backgrounds except for a few, or maybe two. And
right.
And they over here talking about Kevin Durant is soft. These people are whining and crying. I'm like, who are you people? You're not even an athlete. How could you talk about somebody that spent their whole life going against all odds, grew up in the hood, no food, no air conditioning, and made it to be one of the greatest players to ever live? How could you do that being soft?
No, the most unstoppable MVP. We heard the MVP speech. How he thanked his mom for.
I don't care about that.
You know what I'm saying? But
I'm talking about him. I'm talking about him as a man. Yeah, I hear you. Him as a man. I've never seen nothing about Kevin Durant ever in my life to be like he's soft.
I think the phrase "keeping up with the Netashians" was thrown in there,
and I didn't even think that was funny. And so I just exited. I had to exit stage left.
Question. So we've all been in the situation where you're in a group text and it just keeps firing off like a machine gun. Just bring, bring, bring. And you're like, how the fuck do I get out of this? Is there a mute button for group text? Am I too old to know this? Or what? How do you get out of this?
Okay. So I don't first and foremost, I don't know. This is what happened.
This is an incredibly bad technological flaw if you can't just mute.
So I responded. I put WTF and then a hand on the head, right? Because I'm
the face palm. Yeah.
I'm like, y'all are crazy. It's almost like I just don't understand how like people. These are people that like call professional athletes bums and he's whack and he's garbage. It's like, are you serious? This James Harden. Anyway, there was I'm in my head thinking the same thing. Like, I don't know how to get out of here. I don't even want to listen to this. And then so I look and I'm like looking at. I got an iPhone now, and the iPhone make everything a little more. It tells you a little bit more than other phones do, like right away.
It does. I've tried to.
So then I looked up. I looked up and I just hit all the people that was in the chat, and then it said something, and it said leave chat.
Oh, you could do that?
Yeah, I said leave chat.
I didn't even know that.
I left that thing. I was gone. I was gone like the wind, man.
Oh my God.
I couldn't deal with it.
I now know how to leave group chats.
I still like them guys. We good. Much love. I can't deal with that. We ain't about to be talking about no. I can't deal with that.
This is incredibly valuable information that I just learned.
You can't get so caught up in your fandom. It's almost like these guys that storm the Capitol, right?
Oh my God!
They get so caught up in their fandom.
I was wondering when we were going to get here.
Caught up in I'm not going to really talk too much about it. I really don't. It doesn't mean that much to me. I'll let them handle that amongst themselves. But
okay.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
What are you gonna say, Larry Liberal?
Please, Daniel. Otis, somebody should have told you.
I don't even remember what I was going to say.
Damn it! Just go ahead.
The guys that stormed the Capitol are Trump fans, and I remember earlier, like even when he was running for president, I was trying to talk to this guy online, and he was like, "Oh, I'm a Trump fan." And I thought that was weird. I never really heard anybody talk about a candidate or a president that way. And so I guess I didn't see it coming. But yeah, this guy has huge fan base. Fans. Fanatics.
Yes. Cult followers, as I like to call them. But yes.
It seems that way. They stormed the Capitol. Some of these QAnon guys all stormed the Capitol with this Trump fandom, thinking that they were going to overthrow the government and force them to overturn the election and then go home and go to work the next day.
Yeah, they really thought that they were going to prevent Biden from being president.
Take lives, insurrection, all of that.
All of that.
And and most of them getting caught up, and they just get caught up in their fandom. And I think that people need to calm down with the fan stuff, right? Everybody's just treating politics like sports. Like, knock it off, man. We're all on the same side. We literally are. And if you get caught up with them fans, then you're gonna be on the wrong side of history. If you get caught up in them fans on either side, getting caught up in them fans. And I am in the minority who condemned all of the rioting. I got a show called Just Being Earnest with Daniel Oda, Somebody Should Have Told You, and I'm on record being pissed off when George Floyd got choked out, and then everybody was coming together, and then all of a sudden riots happened. I was pissed off. I'm on record.
Yep.
I'm on record being pissed off, going on BLM rants, all of that. I'm on record. So I could talk about these Capitol riot people the same way. I could come with the same energy, and I won't be. And you can't call me a hypocrite, even if you want to. Don't. Even if you say it's apples and oranges, it ain't. It ain't.
It's really not.
It's not. It's the same. I mean, it's the same thing on a different scale, right? So you were able to see the injustice in America anyway, right? You were able to see the privilege that everybody's talking about. It has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with the benefit of the doubt.
But right? one clearly is just so much for, like, one side is clearly for equality, one side is clearly for supremacy, white supremacy. That's a huge difference.
Right. And you see how the people who were getting caught up, the people who have to resign, are like police officers and things like that, congressmen. All of this is mayors and all of this.
Accurate.
So it's that's why I said it's the same thing on a higher scale. You're able to see more of the imbalance of justice in America. We don't need to come on this show and be like, oh, well, what if those rioters were Black Lives Matter? Like, we already know what would have happened. Yeah. So just knock it off.
Correct. Accurate. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
We can tell we know what would have happened because you've seen who was arrested for the Capitol riot.
Those people had Confederate flags, QAnon flags, which is a Q, but tattered in American flag that had been cut up, which is crazy to me. They also had Blue Lives Matter flags to where they were beating the police with them. Explain that to me.
It's ironic, but I'm not here. Like I said, I'm not here. I'm here to report it, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying that's crazy.
It's crazy. I've already stated where I stood.
No, I know.
You've already stated where you stood. We're not about to come up here on this show and beat a dead horse, right? We're here to just say, hey, this is what happened. We are so clean. I feel so proud of this show for the way that we've been able to cover things.
Yes.
They see their hypocrisy. They have to now. Right?
Yes.
That's not even a Confederate. That's not even the flag of the Confederacy.
Correct.
That's not even the real Confederate flag. That's not the flag they flew. That whatever they flying right now. Mm-hmm. That's a hate flag that they flying right now.
Yeah.
Like I've stated in this show, they banned the Nazi flag in Europe. They fly that Confederate flag now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, it is what it is, as Donald Trump would say. It is what it is. I knew that. Black people knew that.
Mm-hmm.
All of this. That's why it was so beautiful to watch. Everybody panic and all of this, and Republicans turn on Trump, and all of this was happening. And I tell black people and brown people, this ain't your fight. Let them deal with that. Stay out of that. Let them deal with that. Let them deal with that. Don't come over there. They're gonna. I'm telling you, they got some. This probably come out after the inauguration, right?
We'll see.
Okay. Before or after the inauguration, whenever this happens. Right now, they're planning protests. The right are planning protests in every city on the country. Armed protests. Why you need guns, I don't know. What they're protesting, I'm not sure. But for some reason, they need guns. And which I don't mind. But what are you protesting? And why do you need your gun to protest if it's a nonviolent protest? Okay. Larry Liberal, like all those people, like black folks, stay out of it. It's not your fight. Larry Liberal, if Larry Liberal wants to go over there and start some shit and get shot in the ass, stay out of it. Because that's something like that's going to happen. They're hearing about these protests, so what are some people going to do? Let's counter-protest. Don't do that. If you're black, don't do that. Just stay. They mad. Let them be mad. I mean, nothing. They weren't even violated. You know, they're protesting and they weren't even violated. They're protesting on some conspiracy stuff. It's like the new Republican Party. There's like half the Republican Party now, so they're split. So the Republican Party is like split now. They're eating themselves.
Yes.
So it's like you got one half of the party that's like really into like these conspiracies and like far right wing hate groups and all of that. And
Correct.
then you got the neoconservatives, the neocons, who are just like straight down the middle, who are just business and, you know, low government, just a regular politician, not really trying to like be hateful to the classic Republican. So, but they're like fighting amongst each other now, and you just leave them alone. Don't stick your nose in it. Well, Donald Trump did this. He's got about a couple days left.
Well, they're carrying guns because they feel threatened, they feel oppressed, and they feel like they have their supremacy at stake to lose. That's why. But it only oppression towards liberals. So when you can let them fight it out, it's pretty much white people versus white people at that point if you just stay out of it. But one of the proudest things that I feel about...
Okay, go ahead. One of the proudest things
I feel about this show is that we simply state our thoughts by looking at the world through our own eyes. Like, we only view the world as the sculpture as we see it from our foundation and
we're
morals.
always down to change our opinion when it comes to facts changing.
Yes.
Facts.
And not all of us, not every time do we agree.
No.
And I actually I don't even really agree right now because I kind of feel like, man, that was an extremely important event that just felt like the fabric of democracy being torn to bits. You know?
No, that did.
That's how I feel when I saw the Capitol raid, because I saw police officers let them in. That was wild to me. Now that's Larry Liberal talking.
That's 100% Larry Liberal talking. Let me hear you, black man talking. Black man will say, man, I seen far worse than that happen to the black man that felt like democracy wasn't shit. Way worse.
Well, of course I feel that too.
And it's like, do you? Because I feel like people are overreacting. Like, I love that everybody's piling up on Trump for this. I love that people are realizing that he incited something wild on the other side. And I mean, whatever. You know, I don't feel like I felt like the fabric of democracy been ripping apart long time before that. These people are America's a corporation run by corporations. That's in of itself
also accurate.
You get all these presidents and these congressmen and these senators who have these amazing ideas. They're really good people for the most part. Some of them, they come in that way, and the people who help them get elected are these donors, right? These donors, these big banks, NRA, all of these people.
You follow the money, yeah. I understand.
They help you get elected, and then once you get elected, you want to put forth all those ideas, and they tell you, oh, those ideas are great, but first you got to do, this and that, because that's why we paid for you to get elected. That's why we donated. So that's why Barack Obama didn't do shit. He can come up with all these excuses. That's why he didn't do shit for you, because he was caving. He gave all of those banks those bailouts. I think he gave 2 bailouts to the banks.
Mm-hmm. But dude, Donald Trump incited an insurrection where a ton of people raided the Capitol intending to take congressmen and congresswomen as hostages to kill them, all the while waving hate flags.
Yep.
That's crazy, right?
I mean, this country is crazy. All them kids that got shot down in Kent State.
Yeah.
That's wild. Just because they was protesting.
True. No, you're right.
Gunned down. That's wild. That's wilder to me. That's wilder to me than Nancy Pelosi being scared and her office getting ran through. I mean, I'm impressed by it. I'm impressed by the audacity and the gall. It must feel great to do something like that, knowing that you're not going to get shot and knowing that you're probably not going to go to jail. It must feel good to just to go feeling like that. That's why I'm not like, oh, I can't believe the audacity. It's like, I can definitely understand. Like, I get it. Like, I get their rage. I understand their rage. I understand their fandom. I understand why they think they're being patriotic. I know some of these QAnon people. I know them. I know you guys. I remember y'all trying to tell me about that stuff. It's a joke. It's make-believe. It's weird.
Very. Yeah.
It's weird. They get you guys obsessed about pedophilia. It's strange.
Mm-hmm. Accurate. It's insane.
They told you Tom Hanks and Will Smith drink babies and things. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, and they were
and you believe that?
Yeah. I think a pizza parlor was just ransacked because they thought that child trafficking was coming out of there because QAnon believed it.
It's any time the word pizza is used or something.
Yeah. It's wild.
It's wild, man. The fandom takes people places. This show is about fandom.
This is the theme of today's episode.
One of the people that inspired me to do the show, man by the name of Troy Terrain, goes by Star.
Yeah.
He would, callers would call him and say, oh, I'm a fan of the show. He'd be like, no, you're not my fan. I have haters and I have supporters. I feel the same way. Like, don't say you're my fan. Just you're a supporter or you a hater or you hate my guts or whatever. But don't be a fan, because that means you're fanatical and you can't control yourself and you get turned on. Fans turn on people.
True.
Like, LeBron had fans. They burned his jersey. It's like,
and then welcomed him back with open arms when he came back.
They don't know. They're fans. Scatterbrain ideology.
Yeah.
Democrats, Republicans, you guys are fans. You're like these sports people. Same thing. It's ridiculous. You just calm down.
So you're creating a comparison to, like, the sports fan that paint their faces and their chests and all this stuff, and they have the horns. Speaking of horns, there was a Minotaur at the Capitol, right?
Shout out to him, legend. Said he can't. His mama said he can't eat. Did you see the clip? His mama said, look, check this out. His mama said he can't eat food that's not organic or he'll get physically sick. Yeah, that's everybody, bro.
That's just people.
That's just being human.
This is being a human being.
Food is supposed to be organic.
Right.
If you're in jail, your food's not organic. You should have thought about that, but you didn't think about that because you just had the privilege and the arrogance,
the gall
to just go up in there like, hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna go to work the next day. Like, no, that's not happening, man. You done.
Yeah.
You done. He did it on TV. They was doing interview. They was doing interviews. They was like, we just stormed the Capitol, you know?
Yeah.
Oh man, this was great, man. This was I really I was watching it and my lady thought it was the end of the world and I like this is this is just, you know what I'm saying, this is just Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
It's just Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, you know. And it was a glaring thing to see because it's why the president is no longer the president. It's like,
yeah.
He made a speech the day he was impeached for the second time. He made a speech sitting in his office, and it was if he would have made a speech like that in October, he would have won the election easy. He got 71 million votes, and he didn't, or 73 million votes, and he didn't even make no speech like that. If you would have made a speech like that about people coming together with no other like jabs at anybody or anything, if you would have just did that, you would have been fine. But you couldn't even do that.
Ern, he doesn't really feel that way. Somebody wrote that for him.
Exactly. But he wasn't smart enough, or he just had the ego, you know. It's like I'm not trying to analyze him. I'm just trying to say if he would have did that, things would have been far more different from him.
Okay, word.
You know, it's not normal for a president not to get reelected. That's not normal.
Oh yeah, correct.
Do you know how many one-term presidents there's been?
How many?
We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. All right, yes, what it is, what it was, what it ain't. Once it again, yes, it's the incredible Dirty Ern and Dan. Somebody should have told you.
It's going down like gravity, baby.
All right, so we're gonna end the show, but we just wanted to get that clear about fandom. How many one-term U.S. presidents have there been?
10.
And this will be
11.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's terrible I had to go down that way. I hate that he doesn't go down as a good president because we need good presidents, right? I wanted him to be a good president. I want Joe Biden to be a good president. I wanted George Bush to be a good president. I wanted everybody to be a good president. You should want your president to be good.
It would have been nice.
Yeah. It would have been nice. He could have helped his situation out a little bit more. But, you know, it is what it is.
He's an uncontrollable bigot.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I feel the same way.
Larry Liberal.
I feel the same way. I just, you know, it doesn't need to go unsaid. It's like saying, Ern's black. Like, well, no shit,
No
man.
shit, Sherlock.
Come on, man.
I just don't like this motherfucker.
I get it.
I just really don't like this motherfucker.
I get it. He just doesn't bother me that much. I actually thought he was kind of funny.
He bothers me. He thought he was funny.
I actually thought he was kind of funny. I mean, everybody knows somebody like him that's just not hella rich, but they know people that talk like that.
Yeah, but usually they don't make it to the highest level of office.
Yeah, but he did, and he, you know what I mean?
I mean, come on.
It just showed how the country is. That's what the country wanted the man in there. Tons of people, man.
Very true.
Tons of people. Broke records out there.
Even with him losing, over 70 million people still voted for him.
Yes.
After 4 years of him. So, take that into account.
Yeah. He lost to Kamala Harris.
Yes, sir. Yes.
But anyway, let's Anyway, I'm glad the politics is done. I hope we can stop talking politics. Jeez. But we're gonna end the show. I want to talk about some things. I'm a big fan of, as you can tell, if you're a avid watcher, listener of the show, you know that we love viral videos. We love to watch viral videos on the show, give our take on the viral videos, show our reaction to the viral videos.
Yeah.
And I've been watching viral videos during the pandemic, and videos that have went viral or that people have made. TikTok's a new thing that people do. And they do some funny stuff, but everything is just so rehearsed. And this is what we're gonna do, and this is what we're gonna wear in this scene and that scene.
Well, it seems like the people follow like a blueprint now.
Everything is staged to try to make a viral video. Now, the people who do that and the videos go viral, those people are talented, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just talented people. But there's something to be respected about the people who are just making videos to make videos, just for the love of whatever they're doing, the music, or whatever. They see something happen and something just happens and it just happens to be viral and unplanned and a new saying. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So for the rest of this season of Just Being Earnest, we're going to pay homage to some of the original ones and some of the newer ones and some of the ones in between.
Oh, okay.
And the first one I want to pay respect to is Tazon Day, Chocolate Rain.
Oh, my God. I haven't seen that video in so long.
Do you remember that video?
Yeah.
Chocolate rain.
My glasses in the car when he was chocolate rain. Then that was 5 minutes of chocolate rain.
Can you please be, what's his name?
Tazon Day.
Can you please be Tazon Day next Halloween?
No.
Damn it.
No.
That'd be incredible.
Man. I don't know. He was some type of Indian gentleman? Man, Tazon Day. I don't know his ethnicity. It doesn't matter. But Tazon Day, 128 million views on YouTube. Tazon Day, you are an American original.
Yes.
And you are to be respected, homie. So this one goes out to Tazon Day. Can we get some chocolate rain?
Chocolate rain. A baby born will die before the sin. Chocolate rain. The school books say it can't be here again. Chocolate rain. The prisons make you wonder where it went. Chocolate rain. Build a tent and say the world will try.
We out.
We're going to end with chocolate rain.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we out.
This season is wild.